So now I'm going to give you each of those objects. This is 2.
I guess what do you do in your spare time besides write poetry?
Um, Depends. Mostly, I bike around the city sometimes, or go out to like events, hang out at home with my wife.
Okay, so you're married.
Yeah.
When did that happen?
2.5 years ago.
Okay,
Yeah.
very interesting. So you graduated high school about 6 years ago, and you're married 2 years ago, so you have to be fairly young. Well, how is it being married so young?
It's kind of interesting. Sometimes, I guess during the bad times, you kind of think to yourself like, should I, wow, like I'm pretty young, maybe I should have not made this decision. But I don't know. The way I think about it is, the person I'm with, like I love them to death. Like I feel like they're the one, and it was kind of just random anyway. It wasn't like it didn't really happen formally, even like the request to get married. We were kind of just like hanging out on our mattress, and I forget why we were talking about marriage. And I was like, yo, I wonder how cheap it is. Like I wonder how much it costs to go get a marriage license. And we looked it up, and I was like, yo, you want to get married? She's like, yeah. I'm like, we'll split it.
That's funny. They say marriage is cheap, but divorce is expensive.
Yeah.
So make sure you hold on to that type.
I joke, and I'm like, they should make the marriage licenses expensive.
Yeah, so you can reevaluate the cost behind it.
Shit, if it costs $400 to get married, I'd rethink it.
And if you get divorced, it's a portion of your salary to the end.
Yeah, right.
So I have to ask, what is the worst argument that y'all got into?
Man. One day we were just like going back and forth. She had just started birth control, because when you start, it'll make you like, I guess, like more emotional. So she got mad once because she was going downstairs and I was just being a jerk. I was just like picking on her, pushing her buttons. And then she left with our keys, and I said, she was, leaving. I tossed them where she was. She was going down the stairs. I said, you forgot your keys. She thought that I tried to throw them at her. And then she came back and like threw some water at me. It was pretty heated. And it was really bad because I was kind of like, yo, like, chill out. I wasn't trying to hit you. But then when I think about it, I probably should have just called you back and gave you the keys in your hand. It's always silly stuff. Like, when you really think about it.
I say like 8 times out of 10, the things that you get into arguments in relationships is silly. It's like, yeah, it's not that serious. And at the end of the day, if it is that serious, you just got to make the decision. Is this person worth all this, or should I just walk away?
Yeah. I always end the day with the mindset, like, tomorrow's a new day. There's no reason to hold grudges or to hold anything, against somebody. Because, at the end of the day, like, I married you, we decided to be together. And obviously, it's because you're more important than winning an argument. So, might as well just get over it the next day.
I told somebody recently, like, you hold grudges as though you're about to live 1,000 years. Like, life is way too short to hold grudges over minuscule things.
What's your highest degree, if you don't mind me asking?
I have a master's in urban affairs from Hunter College.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
I'm trying to go back to school.
I mean, school is always good if it helps you reach where you're trying to go. So, like, a lot of people, they may work in, like, you may just get your high school diploma and you're working in a job that you don't necessarily need to have it. Or if you might get your bachelor's and then you know the right type of people. Because, like, a lot of things in life is about knowing the right type of people. And that whole networking phase.
How was your college experience overall?
My college experience was actually pretty good. I actually went to college at 16. I graduated high school at 16. Went over to New Paltz. Was a very young guy. Got into a lot of trouble. Had a lot of fun out there. I spent 4 years. I graduated New Paltz without being able to legally drink. That sucked. But yeah, it was fun, man. I took advantage of a lot of the things that was out there. It's a mountain town, so I definitely went up into the mountains a lot of the times. Joined a lot of clubs and organizations. Was the president of the Black Student Union. Joined the student association. I always tell the kids that I come in contact with, like, go away to school, especially when you grow up in the city.
Yeah.
You want to see something different. You want to be impacted by like a lot of different people, because the city of impact, you can see a lot of different cultural groups and a lot of different people with a lot of different point of views, but oftentimes you don't really interact with them.
Yeah.
You have your day and your agenda, and you go about it, and then you go back home into the same hood that you're from. When you're away at school, you're like have to be around it because you're living right there with the person. You may end up getting a roommate that has a completely different background than you, and although it can be like annoying or troublesome or tiring, it's still something that's going to make you better at the end of the day.
The couple semesters I went to college at first, I feel like that was like really like the place where I realized, oh shit, like these people don't think the same way you do. Like not everybody's like from where you're from, and not everybody has to think this way. I remember taking a morals and ethics class and like yelling at this guy because he was talking about, oh, but we're wasting money in the Middle East building schools for these kids, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, chill out, we're there bombing them. Like, that's how we're doing it. You're an idiot. And I'm like, you can't call people idiots in philosophy. Everybody's entitled to their own opinion.
Exactly. What a lot of people, especially college students, don't get to know, as soon as you get to college, your thoughts and the way that you come to conclusions is just as good as anybody's that wrote it in a book. And a lot of college students don't get that. Like once you become an academic and you're in college and you're writing papers, you are that thought process now. You are somebody that someone else can now pick up your paper and read as though you are the expert in this. As long as you find the proper citations and quotes and you have supporting documents in order to influence your work as well, you can be just as important as anybody that you can think of.
Where do you think you would find the person that you're talking to right now?
I mean, I guess if you're a messenger and an artist, then different places like art showcases, or if somebody had to send me something, maybe it will like randomly have him as a messenger.
What place would you run into them?
I would guess somewhere maybe in the city, or that, or I guess like at a bar where we get tequila. I'm all down for like random intellectual bar conversations.